Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 18th of 2022, and not only are we getting closer to Star Wars Andor, Bad Batch Season 2, as well as, of course, Tales of the Jedi, but we're also going to be getting The Mandalorian Season 3 come this February of 2023, as well as the Ahsoka series, and a lot more to come next year as well. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing that a lot of fans have been very, kind of confused about is exactly what's been going on with the canon by Star Wars, Disney, and Lucasfilm overall. We do know that they are using a lot of Star Wars legends as inspiration and trying to stay as accurate as possible by throwing that into the current Disney canon, and exactly what that means for the future of Star Wars really is going to determine, of course, where everything is going. Now, moving forward, we already know that FAVREAU and Filoni are doing everything that they can to better the Star Wars canon material and to kind of enhance the experience of other canon pieces out there, like the entirety of the sequel trilogy films and more. So, one thing that a lot of fans always had an issue with was, of course, the whole Rey Skywalker concept at the very end of Episode 9. You guys may recall that at the very end of the movie, she calls herself Rey Skywalker for really just no apparent reason, just because. A lot of fans did not like that, of her, taking the Skywalker name and carrying on the legacy by naming herself that. Some fans liked it, to each his own, right? So, essentially, what's going on right now behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm has a lot to do with essentially rewriting canon material and erasing some very big aspects of the sequel trilogy movies, and of course a lot of that has to do with Rey. Now, specifically, with Disney and Lucasfilm currently very busy with the new Star Wars canon material moving forward, it's noted that as of right now, both Favreau and Filoni are making some big adjustments to the Star Wars lore that is about to change the canon of the sequel trilogy movies, where as of now, both Favreau and Filoni are going to be making a canon that Rey will no longer be calling herself Rey Skywalker in this post-Episode 9 material that will be created by Disney in the form of canon. Now, one big plan that Favreau and Filoni have been discussing for the past year is giving her a brand new, authentic identity to work with in post-Episode 9 material that will be handled moving ahead. Now, they are now in the process of erasing the whole Rey Skywalker concept from the Disney canon that is currently happening as we speak, and that in the future canon material, Rey is going to be actually referenced as Rey Solana. Rey Solana was the original name that was given to the character by Episode 9's original writer, Colin Trevorrow, that is now going to be picked up by Favreau and Filoni with a big twist. The big twist that they are aiming for, however, is that Miramar Solana, who is Rey's mother, is going to hold a big secret connection to the Kenobi bloodline that will be introduced in the Star Wars canon as well. Now, both Favreau and Filoni are working hard on reinventing Rey's true identity that will be more rooted and in-depth to the story. As of now, the plan by John and Dave is that Miramar Solana holds connections to the Kenobi bloodline, while Rey's father holds connections to the Palpatine bloodline, making Rey both essentially a Kenobi and a Palpatine by blood, is what Favreau and Filoni are currently aiming for. Now, let me just stop here before we move on to the next stuff. Now, the thing about this that I think is very much, tricky, is that this could very well be confusing to a lot of casual fans out there, because, let's face it, a lot of casual fans already know and already associate the character of Rey as being Rey Skywalker now because of how it was implemented in the last sequel trilogy movie. So, basically what they're doing is that they're taking the original identity that Rey was given by Colin Trevorrow in the original version of Episode 9, which, by the way, was titled Duel of the Fates, and what they're doing is that Miramar Solana, alright, Rey's mother, is going to hold a connection to the Kenobi bloodline somehow, some way, which is currently unexplained, but they are working on it behind the scenes, and that Rey's father is basically the son of Palpatine, which we have already learned about in the official novelization of Episode 9, so that is staying canon. But they're combining that into one and making her basically a Kenobi and a Palpatine by blood, but not referencing her as Rey Palpatine or Rey Kenobi, but calling herself Rey Solana, basically giving her the surname of her mother. And that, to me, I think is a very interesting way of marketing the character and making it less confusing. I can see what Favreau and Filoni are aiming for, because what choice do they really have? What are they going to call her, Rey Kenobi Palpatine? Makes no sense. So, to call her Rey Solana, it kind of makes things more simple. They're taking away the whole Rey Skywalker concept, but they're keeping that bloodline intact of her being a Palpatine with the twist of her mother having that Kenobi connection as well. And that, to me, I think is a very interesting way that they are really trying to implement this character of being multiple bloodlines, as well as having that new actual identity that's going to be placed in the current canon. So, moving forward from that, by erasing the whole Rey Skywalker concept in canon, she will be labeled as Rey Solana with these hidden bloodlines behind her, since it would be actually hard to market a character that holds connections to both Palpatine and Kenobi by blood. Now, both Favreau and Filoni have already been in the talks with Daisy Ridley on her reappearing in the form of many cameos for future Star Wars TV shows that will be considered a post-Episode 9 series that is currently in the early stages that will be announced next year. Both Favreau and Filoni are planning on giving their version of Rey to the fans in order to make the character more likable, and to also give fans a new identity for Rey that holds some twists and turns as well. Now, Disney executives are said to be very excited about all of this moving forward, and are very excited to begin work on the show by the end of 2023 that will involve a new Jedi Order and brand new foes to be introduced as well. Favreau and Filoni are also set to do something surprising with Ben Solo in the new Star Wars canon, and have also been in the talks with actor Adam Driver, trying to get him on board to do something truly spectacular with the new Star Wars universe moving ahead as well, that will hold new secrets and reveals for the Star Wars community. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the fact that they are taking a lot of things from canon and introducing it, of course, into all of the upcoming projects, basically all of the past Legends material and or the rejected canon material from the sequel trilogy that Colin Trevorrow was going to use, is now making its way into the stories by John and Dave. I think are truly inspiring. I don't know about you guys, but going through Duel of the Fates was far better than what we got in The Rise of Skywalker. It was more original. It didn't necessarily rely on the whole story of Palpatine anymore. It really was something else, and it had a brand new villain known as Tor Valum in that actual version of the film. I mean, they had so much more that was really going to be very original. So, with that being said, given that Favreau and Filoni are on their A-game now, this really is their opportunity to change the character of Rey, and that's exactly what they are taking advantage with right now, is using the tools available to really kind of rebrand the character into something else. So overall, guys, let me know what you guys have to say about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.